Hi everyone, it's me. I know I haven't posted in quite some time. Life's just been kind of in the way, and yeah. But I wanted to make this video because I am about day 200, I think, of post-transplant from my acute myeloid leukemia. So I'm still cancer-free, which is awesome. I just got that news just a couple weeks ago. They said I'm still in remission after my last bone marrow biopsy, so no cancer still. They say the risk of relapsing goes down significantly after your first year, so I'm halfway there. So keep rooting for me, guys. Um, the reason that I'm making this video is because there's so much that has happened, and a lot of it good, a lot of it bad. I mean, the good being I'm still here, of course. Bad being, I had cancer. But why I titled this video "Why I'm Glad I Got Cancer" is there's a meaning behind it, and it goes back to before I was diagnosed. I was severely depressed. I've been living with depression since I was like 10 years old. I remember being that little and still having nights where I would cry myself to sleep and I wouldn't sleep and I had no friends and I would overeat and then I would not eat for days and I just felt unloved, and there's so many things happening throughout my, younger years and adolescent years. And it wasn't until recently, and then as a teenager I went on antidepressants and, things like that. And it wasn't until recently that I got off all of my antidepressants. It was about, I've been off antidepressants for maybe 6 months now. And this was all during part of my treatment and stuff. And it's awesome. I feel so much better. Like, I know that antidepressants help a lot of people, and that's amazing. But I'm so glad to be off them. Always consult your doctor first before stopping any medication. But if you can find a way to, find your own happiness and your own peace, it's definitely worth it. Um, so anyway, what was happening before, the depression and everything, and I had even had a suicide attempt that ended me up in the emergency room. And that's kind of what sparked me to move up to Seattle, where I am now, where I receive treatment. It's an amazing place up here, by the way. If anyone is looking for a facility to do treatment, Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, tons of clinical trials that are, consistently being approved by the FDA. I was a part of a clinical trial that was brand new. I was the first person in the United States to be on this trial, and lo and behold, it worked. So anyway, basically why I'm glad I got cancer was it makes you put everything into perspective. When I first got diagnosed, they told me I had about 9 months with a 35% chance of making it with treatment. And that was scary. I was like, oh, so I'm going to die, basically. And the more I thought about it, I was like, okay, well, that's it. This is how I go out. I'm not going to live to my 22nd birthday, which just passed 2 weeks ago. So here I am, 22 years old now. But, yeah, it was scary. And, I didn't want to go through treatment. I was like, well, what's the point? I'm going to, I'm probably going to die. And I fought it, and, I fought my decision to do treatment, and I wanted to give up multiple times. I told them I wanted to give up multiple times, and they almost took me out of the program and let me give up. But, my mom, my family, they all convinced me to keep going, and I'm so glad I did because things are so different now. I've realized, there's so many things in life that are so beautiful and so amazing and so fulfilling. And these things that we take for granted, like when it's raining and you feel the rain on your face or the wind in your face, or, taking a nice warm bath, or that first sip of coffee in the morning, or that you know, that smell and those aromas and, you know, petting your favorite pet, things like that. Like, we take all these things for granted, and if you just take a second to really, like, step back and look at it and go, wow, in this moment, this is what I'm experiencing, and it's so amazing because you're experiencing it. And I think that's what cancer taught me, was that to experience these moments. Like, I've noticed so much growth in myself and, like, less fear about little things and finances and stress, and just everything just seems so, it all is going to come together, you know? If you can beat this horrible disease, you can beat anything. There's nothing holding you back. And so I guess that's why I would say, you know, I am in a way glad that I got cancer, because it's caused me to grow as a person, you know. Even if, say, I wasn't to live through it, even going through treatment, there were so many more things that I appreciated. You know, being around my family meant so much more because I knew this could be the last time that I see them. And being around my friends, you know, was the same thing. And, you know, going to different restaurants and trying different foods and seeing different sights. And if you've ever been to the Pacific Northwest, there's so many beautiful forests up here and beaches and parks. And going to these places and you can smell the trees and everything. And it's an absolutely amazing experience when you sit back and really look at life. So I encourage everyone to take a moment, 2 minutes out of your day, to sit there and breathe it in and just experience that smell, or, you know, look outside your window and experience that view, and, you know, experience the feelings that you get. And even if you're not fighting cancer, it's for you. It helps. I think so anyway. To get you just to realize, you know, life is short, and there's so much that we should appreciate and be thankful for. And I'm so thankful for being here and being able to make this video. Update, my hair's back completely, and I've got a haircut. My birthday was April 10th. I'm 22 years old now. I am over 200 days post-transplant from my acute myeloid leukemia. I don't know if I ever explained this, but my dad was my donor. He was my half match. So I was a half match stem cell transplant, and it worked. I'm 100% engrafted, as they call it. Yeah, life is going really good. I'm finally losing all of this fluid weight that was coming on. My face is less puffy.